Hi, I'm Angela Martin and welcome once again to DigiCape Training Online. And in this session, we'll be looking at the new features of Apple's new desktop and laptop operating system known as the macOS 10 version 10.10, also known as Yosemite. Starting off, we look at the user interface, which basically looks at the front end of the operating system, looking at the changes, new features, as well as improvements done within the front end of Yosemite. Continuing on, we look at the back end of Yosemite, basically looking into Finder, not only looking at the new features as well as improvements, but also looking into additional tools that has been added within our Finder to streamline our workflow within Yosemite even further. Continuing on, we look at the major new features within our applications such as our Safari browser, Mail, QuickTime, as well as our preview application. Also looking at minor changes as well as adjustments within our calendars as well as our messages application. Please note that this is a short preview of the new features of Yosemite. The full-on training video of Yosemite or of the Mac 101 will be available shortly on the DigiCape website, as well as if personal training as well as workshops is required, these services are also available within the DigiCape website. Now to continue further, let's get into the user interface. After the installation of Yosemite, we will see that there are a few cosmetic changes that took place in the new operating system. First of all, we realize that the font have changed as Apple have moved away from the Lucidia Grande font, which was used in the older operating system, to the Helvetica New Wave font. Also, we will see that the trash can on the dock is not the white trash can anymore, but it is the solid white trash can. Another change that we will pick up is the fact that our menu bar at the top as well as our dock at the bottom is now translucent. If we should change our background image, if I go to System Preferences and change my desktop image, let's change it to the more reddish image, we will see that the dock at the bottom is now showing or slightly translucent on the background, as well as the sky background piercing through on the menu bar. Now we can also change the translucent effect to the solid bar, as this will increase the performance especially on the older machines. So to do that, we simply go to the Apple in the top left hand corner, System Preferences, and under our accessibility, under the display option, we can simply tick the reduce transparency. So then our menu bar as well as our dock will be totally solid and not have the translucence. Or those are the three cosmetic changes that took place in the new operating system. The new features that are available within the user interface. The first one is the dark mode option. Now if we go back to the Apple at the top, System Preferences, under the General, we can then switch our menu bar as well as our dock into the dark mode. This feature is especially useful when we are using pro apps such as our Final Cut Studio X as well as our Logic Pro. I'm just gonna untick that to switch it back to the normal mode. The other new feature is also the Today view within our notification center. So if we click on the button in the top right hand corner, it will then show us our Today view as well as our notification center. Now the notification center was introduced within the Lion operating system or Mac OS 10.7, with the Today view is now introduced within the Yosemite. Now Today view will show us everything that is happening at current or today, and we can also add in additional applications under our edit button. We will see that this Wunderlist is available for the Today view, and once I click on it, it will add in that option into my Today view. As more third-party apps will become available later on within the Yosemite or within 10.10, we can also take these applications out or certain functions out by simply, while in the edit mode, we can simply click on the minus key, and this will remove those applications. So if I just click on done, and then we will back into our normal state under our today view. I can also go and turn off on my do not disturb option, and this will basically stop any notifications of coming into the front screen, especially useful when we are doing presentations or video tutorials, which we are currently doing now. Now this will stop our notifications of coming in, but only for a 24-hour state. We can also change the time of our do not disturb option by either clicking on the cogwheel at the bottom or simply going to the Apple and going to our system preferences, and we can go into our notifications. Now this will be the settings for our notification center. So you can see there's our do not disturb option, and we can change the time to a specific time when it must then come back again. We also have within our preferences, we have the ability to change the settings of our third-party applications in terms of how the notifications must come in, or if we want to totally disable them. Also, another function that is new on the Yosemite system is the Spotlight search. Spotlight search does come with the previous operating systems, but this time around it actually starts off in the center of my Yosemite, not on the top right hand side as with the previous OS systems. So now inside of the Spotlight search we can actually broaden our search even further. It does have additional new features now, as well as it can change the currency options within our Spotlight search, so we don't actually need to go into our dashboard anymore to do so. So if we should type in, let's just go with $12, it will then show me my currency in South African rands. The other functions can also be used as using our calculators as with the previous, and it will give us our answers. It also does have the dictionary support, so we can look at certain words within my dictionary directly through my Spotlight search. For certain countries that has the full map support, as well as supporting the Spotlight online, we can actually search for items through our Spotlight, and it will search those other items as well. Not available in countries such as South Africa as yet, but we hopefully with the new updates it will also be a feature that will be included in the back end, which is basically looking at the new features as well as the new tools in our Finder. Personal training as well as workshops is required. These services are also available within the DigiCape website. So next up, let's go into our Finder.